Oh man, it's been a long Tuesday. But a little bit of a breather intermission right now. Um, kind of want to share something with you guys about client relations and kind of just, some of the experience that we have and have been having, and kind of what I guess we choose to do in these situations. But, you know, honestly, we still don't necessarily know how to deal with this guy. And to kind of back up a little bit, just to kind of talk about client relations, and mainly complaints, and pickiness per se or tediousness of customers and what they're requesting. Um, so, anyways, we've got a particular client who is very tedious, very particular, um, and we've had him for the past 2 or 3 years now, and it's one heck of an experience dealing with this individual because it's getting to a point of where I don't know what to do. I don't know what to necessarily do anymore. Um, this is one guy who every single time we send him an estimate, he literally calls us and is trying to shove our price down because I don't know, for whatever reason. I mean, whatever, people want cheaper prices and they don't want to pay. If they can get a deal, you're gonna get a deal. I get it. We're in the same boat there. But it's just every single time we send this guy a price, um, he asks for us to lower it because he just doesn't see it as worth that much. Okay. Um, and like I said, we've had him for about 2 or 3 years now, and one thing that I've been doing is trying to be understanding to his situation, right? And when he calls me after we send him estimates and he asks to lower the price, guess what I have done in the past just about every time? Lowered the price. Um, you know why? Well, he's an individual with multiple properties. He's a property manager, so it's a sizable account. It's a good amount of work, and yeah, it can be a little bit intimidating sometimes when you have the idea of losing the contract completely. It it can be terrifying. Like, oh my God, and maybe he's only asking for $20, $30 off or whatever it is that he wants done, or $5 off or whatever it is that he's done, but that adds up. Um, Especially with bigger jobs because things always go wrong in there. You usually always almost go overtime, and if you get drilled down on your price, you end up eating crap. Um, so I might have totally went off there in the left field with what I was saying, but anyways, I just kind of wanted to share, like, how do we deal with customers like this? Very tedious, particular customers who don't want to pay necessarily for what they're requesting because they want it done cheap, and that's it. It's the only thing they're looking for. Um, and now it seems like we cannot service this guy's property without getting a complaint. Um, every single time we leave, there's something that wasn't done correctly. It it's just what do you do? And I mean, we're clearly not perfect. I mean, that's why I'm here explaining this to you guys, but because I'm just sharing what happens and how we're kind of trying to think about it and dealing with it. But it's just, when you have a client who is very tedious in particular, and they're relatively a bully. They're a bully. They tell you you're not worth what the prices you're sending them, and they literally complain about all of your work, and it makes you feel like crap because that's what bullies do. They make you feel like crap. Um, so it's like, how do we deal with this guy? And right now he's currently texting me, and he's texted me like 4 times back to back. He sends me pictures of like weeds that are just like, I don't know, super small and like just okay, you know. But it's just a constant boom, 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 boom. Like you did this wrong, this wrong, this wrong, this wrong. When he wants like something extra done, okay, here's the price. Well, why is it so much? Blah 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 blah. It's not where I don't think it's that much work. Blah 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 blah. So it's just like I've been putting up with this for 2, almost 3 years now, and it's just, what is it that you do? What is it? Because you need to keep your reputation, and you also need to keep the fine line of who's right and who's wrong, right? You know, he's an unhappy customer from our work, and I can respect that. And, you know, I would love to fix it within the boundaries of what we said we would do, and whatever it is you're not happy with, we would love to fix it. But it's like, if it's just continuous and constant and nothing is ever good enough, what do you do? Do you just kind of put up with the extra administrative work? Do you fire clients? Like, I don't. So, you know, that's just kind of one unfortunate thing about doing this, is that you run into an occasional customer relationship that ends up like this. And I guess what, it lasts as long as I let it, or until I make them so fed up that he fires us. Like, that doesn't sound like, just there's no, it doesn't sound like there's a good end in this. Like, it just sounds like bad all around, all around. um so yeah, but I'm reaching something needs to be done, because it's just too much. Something needs to change, because it just does. um it's unfortunate, but not everyone is the perfect customer. But then again, maybe we're just not the lawn care company for this guy. Maybe there's someone out there who could satisfy his needs for the price that he wants. Right? It's also the possibility. But you know, it's just interesting when you end up dealing with something like this, because it's like, okay, you know, I like to think we do a pretty good job all the way around, but it's an interesting thing to think about when you have someone constantly telling you how you're not doing a good job, and you can't seem to satisfy this person without breaking your back, jumping through unlimited amount of hoops, to where you're either not making money or losing money. And it's not even necessarily about the money, it's just happiness. Like, happiness, that's what it's all about, guys. Happiness. And nobody's happy in this relationship between us and this guy. We're not happy because we constantly get complaints and we never get our price. That's, you know, whatever. And he's not happy because he's constantly complaining and constantly wanting a cheaper price. So there's no happiness there. So it's unfortunate. I'm working my way here to try and really decide what should be done, what needs to be done. Is there any saving this relationship? You know, I don't know. Um, but I just kind of thought that was a pretty interesting experience that I wanted to get out there, get off my chest. But yeah, fortunately, you know, we haven't had too many customer relationships that have been like this. So we've been pretty fortunate in that regards. But like I said, you know, we've been dealing with this guy for a while. And obviously when you first bring him on, it's like, wow, he seems like a normal guy to me. You know, when we went over the quote, I was there. He wanted to meet in person. Should have been somewhat of a clue. Usually if someone wants to meet meet with you in person, it's either for a couple of reasons, but one of them could be they're a little bit more detail oriented than the next guy. But still, that's besides the point. That it's not a all determinant. But yeah. But we've been dealing with the guy for a while now, and still working on learning how to really deal with it, do it the right way. You know. But yeah, hope you guys are having a good Tuesday. Mine is going just as I thought. Crazy. Running around like chicken Mac. Just kidding. Sitting, really. But it's alright. It's alright. It's alright. Taking a breather now, making a video, and I just felt like making that because, well, this dude's blowing up my phone right now. So, have a good one, guys.